Back to Inner Peace Place. I'm Karen, and today is topic number 43, a healthy connection. When we work with our spiritual growth, we want to include the personality self in a loving, uplifting manner. So we're going to take our habits and our experiences and combine them with input from our soul self or higher self to make moment-to-moment decisions in our life. By doing it that way, we can actually blend the two thoughts in our head or in our physical form, the way we think about things, and create a path of inner peace. That's the goal with all this work. But to do it, a healthy connection is necessary. You don't want to get overwhelmed. You just really have to watch for that. So as a person on this chosen path, being an observer is paramount, because what you want to do is watch what's going on around you day in and day out, but you don't need to get tangled up in all the stressors, all of the minutia of what is going on around you. Now, it doesn't mean that you're ignoring everything, walking around like this. But what you are doing is saying, these are things that I choose not to focus on. I don't choose to be in the middle of a feud between my coworkers. The list goes on and on. So what you want to do is be, as an observer, you can observe these things. You know that there's a feud going on, but you don't have to become tangled up in it, take sides, or offer advice even. That tends to just string you back into some old habits that you might have. You don't necessarily need to ignore the emotional baggage that goes with maybe the two people feuding. It isn't that you are suddenly blinded to any of the chaos going on around you. As an observer, you know what's going on. But you're choosing not to be tangled up in the emotional tentacles that are reaching out to you. The tentacles come from the emotional energies. And they really like friends. They really, really, really do want you. So to focus on the situation and allow the emotional tentacles to just not grab onto you is the trick here. As an observer, you want to learn, I can observe this, but I don't need to engage in it. I can be empathetic and I can be supportive, but I don't have to put energy, thought energy, into the background, into the emotional tanglements that probably are there already. So when you don't put focus on other people's emotional entanglements, it doesn't mean that you're ignoring them. What it does is it allows you to give those emotional feelings that someone else is having, or thoughts that they're just, their energy is heavy or whatever. You can just be observant of it. So in other words, you realize it's there, but you're not putting your value on or need to have it in your beingness. You're not resisting it. You're not pushing it away. You're just saying, I respect that Johnny and Josie have something going on. I respect that. They can, their life path is not mine. And so I can allow them to have whatever it is they need to have. So I can allow them. What that really means is I don't need to get in the middle of it. I don't need to control it. I don't need to referee it. I can just respect the fact that they have something going on and they're uncomfortable with each other right now. That's their path. it might be needed for their own personal growth. Your growth probably doesn't need to get tangled up in what they have going on. You can identify as an observer by actually stating it to yourself. I am an observer. I am not responsible for the situation of X, the two people that are arguing or feuding. I'm not the cause of their feud. So I really don't have to get involved. Even if they come to me, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. Can you believe it? You can just be an observer and just say, wow, that's got to be stressful. Because it is stressful for them, but it doesn't have to be stressful for you. You're not the cause of their path. They're not the cause of your path. We're all different, and our paths are different. So when you are engulfed in a way in an emotional upheaval that's around you, ask for help. Ask for clarity on the situation and obtain some sort of a platform to work from. So in other words, a stable place. Maybe you can go to your special spot, your watchtower, and regroup momentarily and recharge your desire for a peace-filled life, and come up with some ideas on maybe some discussions to have with the individuals. Remember, when someone comes up to you and asks you for your advice or your thoughts on something or for an answer, you don't have to really answer them right then. You can think about it and just say, let me think about that. It gives you time to chew on it, to say, wow, what parts do I truly want to get involved in, and what parts don't bring me joy? I may not want to get involved in any of it. And if you do decide that way, when you do find this individual, you go to them, see, you're doing it on your terms, and you say, I don't want to get in the middle of this. You guys can handle it, or whatever you want to say. You don't have to give advice to people that can't hear the advice. It's rather sad, but even if you know the best way that they could reduce the stress or take care of this issue, many times people cannot hear you. They can't comprehend. They will nod, but they probably won't follow that path. If you do offer advice, your connection with them can maintain a healthy state if you don't attach any tentacles of your own to the outcome. So if you offer advice, if you decide that you want to get involved, do so with your eyes wide open and allow it to unfold the way it needs to unfold. You gave them your advice and your thoughts, then you come back to your own space, and whatever happens, happens for the highest good of all. It isn't an unhealthy way to be. It isn't snobby. It's that you're giving value to what they need. You are giving value to what you need to stay healthy. It's self-love, and it's love to others. When you respect who they are and admire them for who they are and the path that they've chosen, you're offering a love much deeper than you could have prior to any of this work. So love offerings can come in the form of advice, but true love offerings don't have any strings attached to them. And it is difficult to do that. You think, wow, they didn't even listen to me. Yeah, they weren't ready, and it's okay. Your path may not include emotional upheaval. But you don't want to push it away. You just want to respect it, offer love and light, and go on about your. And the more you practice this, the more refined you get at doing it, and the more logical your responses are, the more in a timely manner. So at first you probably have to say, let me think about it. But then eventually you'll be able to say, I don't really want to get in the middle of that. You guys go ahead. That just doesn't flow for me. I hope some of this resonated with you. Love and light to you and your path, and I'll see you in the next video.